Good morning, students. Today we are going to see Unit 14, Transportation in Plants and Circulation in Animal. Last video we saw means of transport in plants in the same topic, same unit. Today we are going to see some other topics. The following topics: root hair water absorbing unit, then pathway of water absorbed by the root, the types of movement of water into the root cells, transpiration. These topics we will see detailed one by one. First one, root hair water absorbing unit. Root hair water absorbing unit. There are millions of root hairs on the tip of the root which absorb water and minerals by diffusion. Diffusion means without energy they are moving the water molecules from the soil to root hair. That is diffusion. The root hairs are thin-walled, slender, extension of epidermal cell that increase the space area of absorption. The epidermal increase the surface area for absorption of water. This is root hair water absorbing. The root hair absorbing water, that water how move from the root to other part of the plant. Pathway of water absorbed by root. Root is absorbed water, that water is enter into the root hair. The concentration of water molecule, reach the root, that root hair send the water to the cortex of the root, then the water reach to the xylem vessels. From the xylem vessels the water is transported to the stem and leaves. From the xylem vessel the water is transported to the stems and leaves. Now let's see types of movement water into the root cell. Types of movement: apoplast movement, apoplast pathway, symplast pathway. First one is apoplastic pathway. The apoplastic movement of water occurs exclusively through the intracellular space. The apoplastic movement won't disturb the cellular space. The in between two cells, the place interspace is the move the water molecules, the space only, intercellular space, and the cell wall of the cell. Apoplastic movement does not include crossing the cell membrane. Apoplastic movement does not disturb the cell membrane. This movement is dependent on gradient. Gradient means the movement of ion or water molecules across the cell membrane into region of higher concentration. That is gradient. So depend on the gradient. Apoplastic depend on the gradient. Second one, symplast. Symplastic movement, the water travels through the cell wall, through cytoplasm, plasma membrane. Intercellular movement is through the plasmodesmata. It move through the plasmodesmata. What is meant by plasmodesmata? That is interspace of endoderm and Casparian stripe and pericycle. That gap is called plasmodesmata. Hence the movement is relatively slower. Hence the movement is relatively slower. Movement again a down potential gradient. The energy, depending energy. The movement of a water molecule across the cell membrane into a region of higher concentration. The need energy, require energy, that is gradient. Two types of movement. One is apoplastic movement, symplastic movement. Apoplastic movement is moving in between the space, that is intercellular space. That symplastic move plasmodesmata. In this topic we are going to see transpiration. First, transpiration got cell in turgid and flaccid condition. Turgid means swelling, flaccid means strength. First, this is turgid. That God cells swollen. God cells, the two bean-shaped part is called God cell. God cell is swollen. When the God cells swollen, the stoma is open. The transpiration in the evaporation of water in the plants through stomata in the leaves. This is the stomata. Stomata are open in the day and close at night. This is open in the day and close at night. The opening and closing of the stomata, is due to the change in turgidity of the God cell. Turgid means swollen. God cell means the two bean-shaped two cell part is there in this diagram, that is called God cell. Is changed into due to change of turgidity of the God cell. This God cell is swollen, so this stomata is open. When the water enter into the God cell, it swollen, turgid. So the stoma is open. The center part is stoma. Stoma is open. In this intercell wall, then vacuole, then nucleus. This is the opening stage of stoma. Then when the loss of water, the God cells loss of water, the God cells will flaccid. Flaccid means shrink. The God cell strengthen. This is closed, stoma closed. This way the transpiration occur. The stoma, when stoma is open, the transpiration will fast. The stoma is closed, transpiration will not occur. Now let us see transpiration. In transpiration, in this diagram, how the plant is transpiration happen. We have to prove with the help of this diagram. You studied in the lower class bell jar experiment. The same way we tie up on plastic cover above the part of the plant. After few hours, if we see the plastic bag fully water droplets are there, this is prove the plant is transpire the water through stomata. We can prove with the help of this experiment. Now let us see transpiration pull. Transpiration pull, how will occur? Water evaporates from the mesophyll cells of leaves through the open stomata. These lower water concentration in the mesophyll cell. When the lower concentration in the mesophyll cell, as a result, move water drawn to these cells from the xylem, present in the veins through the process of osmosis. Through the process of osmosis, water is drawn to the mesophyll through the xylem. As water is lost from the leaves, pressure is created at the top to pull more water. As water is lost from the leaves, pressure is created as the top to pull the water from the xylem to the mesophyll cell. This process is called transpiration pull. When the water is lost in the leaves, the pressure is created at the top to pull more water from the xylem to the mesophyll cell. This process is called transpiration pull. This exceeds up the root, causing the roots to absorb more water from the soil to ensure continuous flow of water from the root to the leaves. Continuous flow of water from the root to leaves. Now, what are the transpiration is affected by external factor and internal factor. First, we are going to see external factor: temperature, light, humidity, wind speed. These are external factors. The internal factors are number of stomata and distribution of stomata. Number and distribution of stomata. Percentage of open stomata. Number of open stomata. Then water status of the plant. Water status of the plant. Canopy structure. Canopy structure means forest ecology. Where the plant is present, the plant habitat, that is canopy structure. Now we'll see importance of the transpiration. Why the plant need transpiration? First, create transpirational pull for transport of water. Due to transpirational pull only, the water flow continues from the root to leaves. Second, supplies water for photosynthesis. Supplies water for photosynthesis. Transports mineral from the soil to all part of the plant. Transports minerals from the soil to all part of the plant. Cools the surface of the leaves by evaporation. Due to evaporation, new water will come to the leaves. The leaf will cool. Keeps the cells turgid. Hence, maintains their shape. Turgid means enlarge. Thank you, children. Thank you.